Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about what happened on UEFA Champions League Semifinals 2025-2026 season, first leg game. Well, this week started the semifinals with a first leg game, where to be honest, there were a lot of emotion, especially in the yesterday game, where in yesterday the PSG defeated the Bayern Munich 5-4. In our opinion, this has been one of the best football games that I have watched, if not the best. And today the Atleti and Arsenal tie is game 1-1. So let's talk about a little more about this game. So let's start with the gestures the game. PSG 5, Bayern Munich 4. Well, remember that in the quarterfinal the PSG what I mean the PSG what I mean the PSG faced the Liverpool, didn't have any problem and won that series easily 4-0. And the Bayern Munich, in a tremendous series, defeated the owner of this competition, the Real Madrid, 6-4. So, the PSG was looking for to qualify to a back-to-back finals and to look for to win a back-to-back title, where Bayern Munich is the second team with most title in the Champions League with 7, I think so. Well, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, but this has been one of the best games that I have watched in my life, if not the best, because the emotion. And if I think that the Bayern against Real Madrid series was one of the best, if not the best that I have watched, this game was tremendous. I'm not gonna to lie. There was a lot of emotion. It looked like it was a street game because it looked like that there were no defenses. Where in the first half, the PSG was leading the game 2-2. Yeah, it was a surprise because it started to win in the Bayern Munich with a penalty goal where the Harry Kane scored after where in the first 20 minutes, no, in the first 17 minutes the Bayern Munich was better, but after that the PSG took the control of the game and they come back and they were leading. Sorry, they scored 2 goals. Later, Michael Olisen tied the game, and in a penalty that was calling the stopping time in the first half, Ousmane Dembele scored. PSG were leading the game 3-2. I thought that in the second half, both teams were gonna to change. They're gonna to prioritize the defense, but this didn't happen. Where in a lapse of 2 minutes, the PSG had scored 2 goals, and they were leading the game 5-2. I think that in that moment, in my opinion, it was a PSG error because, in my opinion, they should have changed to defend better and to try to score another goal in the counter attack. But instead that the Bayern Munich took the possession of the ball, the PSG decided to play decided to don't defend very well or very near of his goalkeeper, and in a lapse of 3 minutes the Bayern Munich scored another 2 goals and they reduced the gap to a 1 goal difference. And in the end, the PSG won the game 5-4. Of course, it was a tremendous game. I'm not gonna to lie. It looked like that this wasn't a semi-final game. It was a lot exciting, and the game finished 5-4. But to be honest, this game could have finished 6-5 or 6-6 or 7-6 or 7-7. So now with this tremendous victory, the PSG have the advantage because the next game will be playing in Germany, where the PSG have the advantage and they need to tie the second leg or win for any score to qualify to the final. And for the Bayern Munich, they need to win the game by 1 goal difference to force overtime, or to win the game by 2 more goal difference to win the series. So it's going to be a tremendous. I expect the same, to be honest, because two teams have a tremendous player. Two teams are very offensive, and I think that in the next game we're gonna to see a lot of goals. And in the second leg that was played today, the Atletico Madrid and Arsenal tied the game 1-1. This wasn't as a spectacular game like the yesterday game, but it got some emotion, especially in the second half. But in the end, this was a typical semi-final game in the UEFA Champions League. Remember, in the quarterfinals, Atletico Madrid did surprise and upset the Barcelona, where they won the series 3-2. Yeah, 4-2. No, 3-2. Yeah. And the Arsenal didn't have any problem and defeated the Sporting Lisboa. Yeah. The Sporting Lisboa 1-0. So about this game. I think that in the first half, the Arsenal was the best team, and in the second half, the Atletico was the best team. But to be honest, in the overall time, I think that Atletico Madrid deserved a little because they play the better football, especially in the second half. But they wasted a lot of opportunities that they created and they couldn't score. Also, I think that the Atletico Madrid wasted the opportunity to get the advantage to win the game by by minimum one goal and have a one advantage for the second leg. About the game, I told you the first half was a little bored, but in the end, in the first half, the Arsenal was the best team because almost in the end of the first half, the referee called a penalty that the Victor Gyökeres scored, and Arsenal were leading the game 1-0 in the first half, and this was fair. But in the second half, Atletico Madrid needed to score a goal, and they were very offensive, where they were attacking, they were creating a lot of goal opportunities, and in the minus 56, the referee called another penalty, this time for the Atleti, and Julian Alvarez scored, and the game was still 1-1. After that, Atletico Madrid had another 15 to 20 minutes where they created more goal opportunities. They were very offensive and they wasted a lot of opportunity. And in the last 20 minutes, the Arsenal made the modification. They controlled the game in the last 70 minutes. Where in the minute 80, the referee called a penalty for the Arsenal. To be honest, in my opinion, it was a foul. It was a foul. It was an obvious foul, but the VAR called the referee. The referee went to the VAR and he decided to overturn the decision, and he decided to don't call the penalty, and in the end the game finished tied 1-1. With this tie is everything open. Where in the next game they will be playing London, England. The Arsenal will have that advantage because they will play in home. So if the game finishes tied the second leg the next week, the game is going to be decided in overtime or in penalty shootout, and any team that win for any score will qualify to the final. So the good news and the great news is that both series are still open. Both series were very close, and I expect the same great games the next week that we watched it this week. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment or suggestion, you can write me in any of my social media platforms. So see you in the next video. Gibran.